The Egyptians gathered around the Nile River because it is an incredible river with very routine flooding, so they could easily work it, making agriculture quite simple and better really, as the floods made the soil good as shit, as the Egyptians would say. And they didn't get any surprise, whoops, the flood killed our food, time to starve. Don't worry, droughts still screw them over. God hates everyone. There is much debate about how the uncivilized, unsmart brown people could have built the pyramids. Many outlandish theories other than them being just as smart as we are have been established, i.e. aliens, time travelers, hard work. But it was obviously just the pharaoh, who was a god. The governors were growing in power and started creating other powerful dynasties to rival the pharaohs. This, along with the earth dabbing on the Egyptians with a massive drought causing the Nile to be very low, created a large-scale famine, therefore weakening the pharaoh's power even more. Egypt pulled at China and split apart into many kingdom things. Eventually, some guys picked up the slack and reunited Egypt. Egypt expanded west at some point. Then everybody f***ing starved. This period was mostly known for the settling of the West Asians who invaded Egypt. Egypt sort of coasted along until the 18th dynasty started the New Kingdom. This was a time of incredible success, wealth, and growth. The first pharaohs tried their best to consolidate and reclaim the territories of their predecessors. The pharaoh Akhenaten tried really hard to f*** it up. Well, more precisely, he didn't try anything at all. Ramses I, Seti I, and Ramses II would go about fixing a lot of the shenanigans of Akhenaten, and went about reclaiming their territory in the West Asia from the Hittites. Although, obviously this did not last, due to many invasions from the sea, Libya, and the Hittites, along with infighting over who should be heir and more droughts. F***ing droughts, dude. Egypt would be plagued by many and ununifications, lasting about 400 years. But everything changed when the Persians attacked. Alexander the Great then came in after and decided to add a little colour to the natives. Following the Persians and the Greeks, the Egyptians were ruled by the Romans, the Sasanians, the Muslims, the Ottomans, and finally the British. The Ottoman hold over Egypt had weakened to the point of basic autonomy for the governors of Egypt. The government had become more and more dependent on Britain and France. When a rebellion occurred in 1882 and control of the government had been seized, Britain had been asked to help. So they shelled the city of Alexandria where the army had taken power. Britain looked at the fiery hellscape and thought, man, I can't believe the Egyptian army would do this. They then reorganized the army and took control of it. They restored the current governor, but he was basically a puppet. In 1914, when World War I broke out, the Ottomans picked the not British side. So Britain declared a protectorate over Egypt and made a very pro-British man sultan. Uprisings were suppressed by Britain and they declared Egyptian independence in 1922, but psych, they kept control. And finally in 1952, the king had been overthrown and the next year Egypt was declared a republic and nothing bad ever happened again.